Nerdrotic.com.
Welcome, travelers, to the fringes of reality, where the strange and mysterious meet, and the thin veil between fact and fiction is torn. Welcome to the Forbidden Frontier.
Not for us, that's for you.
That's for you.
Yes.
That's us applauding you. Don't ask what I'm applauding with. I'm just saying.
It ain't a button.
Welcome, welcome to the Forbidden Frontier, ladies and gentlemen of both genders. What the hell is that all about?
Hey, I didn't do that. That just happened naturally.
I have no control.
That happened naturally.
Maybe we should do the whole show like this. To be honest
I
with
mean, you're the big guy, you know.
no,
10%.
Yeah,
no.
10% for the
Sorry,
big
wrong. Never
10% for the big guy. It's all good. Well, yeah, we'll be on Rumble next week. So
next week.
next week.
Green up.
Next week.
Oh, whoops.
It's too late.
Yeah.
It's too late.
Cat's out of the bag.
I think it's fine once in a while, but like, yeah, I don't know about putting a neon Rumble sign above me. You know, it's a good idea.
That'd be bad.
Not.
Oh, you're not doing that?
No.
They say
I
that
already
everyone-
ordered mine.
I put mine off to the side. It's just not
Oh,
in camera. You can.
Okay.
Yeah, I can see the green, the hint of the green lights. That's
there.
it. That's it, right? But yeah, once we get over there, we're gonna start getting like really down with
Some
some
topics.
conspiracy
The
stuff.
sickness.
You know, we have an interesting. Well, I mean, they like for the really mellow stuff we talk about, like we get hit once in a while. We did get hit with Ben from Suspicious Observers,
Just surprised.
but we get hit with Michael Collins with Wandering Wolf. So
Weird. Really?
yeah. It doesn't make any sense. I don't care.
That's weird.
the whole point of this-
Wandering Wolf. We have a trip coming up.
Yeah,
Peru.
Yeah,
There's
we do.
3 spots.
two spots.
left.
Two.
There's 2. It's down to 2
Two.
now.
It's down
There's
to 2.
I don't want to hear it.
He's jealous.
Wait,
He's jealous
go
because he
ahead.
can't go. But if you want to go, there's a link down in the.
It's a good reason he can't go.
Yeah,
I mean,
guess
it's a
so,
legit
whatever.
reason.
It's the best.
Very.
It's the best
The-
reason.
I know.
Yeah.
I can't complain.
Yeah.
I got more important thing. I got someone more important to stay for. So
Yeah.
Okay, why am I
But hey,
seeing
if you're one of the 2 people out there, you could fill
All right.
those slots.
that must have been an acid flashback. I just saw a
Sorbet?
shadow walk across my room. There's
Stop it.
Shadow
no
people
dog.
in there.
There's no dog in here. There's nothing in here.
Oh my
So
god,
maybe
it's a
it's-
ghost!
Maybe it's just
No,
an
it's
acid
Zorbu.
flashback. It's Zorbu. No, I straight
It's
up saw a
Zorbu.
shadow. Maybe there's a
Shadow people
bug in
want to
my
go to
light.
Peru.
Whatever.
maybe you should turn some lights on in your room. It was probably
No,
just
there is lights in here. There is lights. There's like
Ah.
the little red ball that turns into a blue ball, and Batman and Superman, and got my
Right.
studio lights on. There's lots of lights in here.
Yeah. Okay. Sure.
But excited for Peru, our first trip, and hopefully this show gets into something where, someday we just do this 5 nights a week. Someday. Can't do it right now.
With calls too, like art.
Oh.
That'd be
I don't know if I'm doing calls. I'll do chats. Those are the open lines
voice
were
messages.
open lines were the worst. Were the worst episodes because bless his heart, Art did not screen any calls.
You got to screen.
really?
So-
You got to screen.
Oh,
And
I assumed he did. Okay, never mind.
I mean, it's going to be different with the audience that's there. They're not as weird as, and I mean that with love, by the way, because you're all weird. I'm weird. Adam's really fucking weird. But yeah, open lines night. I skipped Friday most of the time. I would listen to his first half hour of him doing the news, and then once he got the open lines, I was like, I'm out. No,
you can screen them if you want. X-ray. You want to screen all the calls?
We're gonna screen, but I think what we'll do is we'll go.
No?
It wouldn't be super open. It would just be the chat, right? So we would just respond to the chat. Things will probably be a little different because we're gonna do ad reads, right? So we won't and it'll be more open for the show, but we'll still take chat questions and stuff. We'll find a different way. I think
just so you guys know, there won't be a Forbidden Frontier channel yet on the Green app. It'll be under the Nerdrotic.
It'll be under Nerdrotic. Yeah.
Just so y'all know.
till we get there will be a Forbidden Frontier channel on YouTube, which will show clips, and then I will do videos on.
We are so close too.
Speaking of which, we are at 99,100.
99,100
something.
Bottles of beer on the wall.
We are under 900 subscribers away from hitting 100K. If you can share the stream, you can tell people, go subscribe to this awesome channel. And then just drop them the link too. Why not? I mean, you know.
You're already there. You might as well.
Help us out. Help us out.
I'll take off my sweater if you guys subscribe.
Whoa.
There you go.
Whoa.
I have a shirt on.
Okay.
You know what? Own it.
Garrett's
going to take off her sweater.
Garrett is going to take off his shirt.
Garrett is not wearing any pants.
Actually, I'm wearing pants today.
Oh,
wow,
really?
what a surprise.
Why? Are you okay? Are you feeling all right?
Well, it's
no.
Okay.
It's a little
didn't feel right. Didn't feel right.
You got to wait to 100K. Well.
It's
That's
all right.
a taste. That's a taste.
It's a little
there it is.
It's a little it's cooling down. It's only 96 right now, Garrett. So
that is
it was nice. Yeah, it was nice out.
It is bloody hot. Hey, I walked out today in my front yard, saw the Circle of Life. You've been to my house, so right in front of the driveway, there is 9 turkey vultures, turkey vultures, just hanging out in front of my yard. I'm like, oh shit, what died?
Yeah,
and a little baby deer.
Oh,
and there wasn't much of it left. It was bones. They were just picking the meat off the bones. But man, those things are fearless, dude. I'm like walking right up to them. They're like, what? What are you gonna fucking do? You know, like they didn't move.
I'm hungry.
Yeah,
and they ate.
We'll eat you too.
I go to the gym. I come back, gone. They're all gone. There's not nothing left.
Life.
So
it's magical.
Circle of life. But I did see a little baby deer on the way back. So it was probably brother or sister.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. I don't know what that has to do with Forbidden Frontier. That was the most exciting thing that happened to me today.
Nature, man.
I saw that. Went to the gym. Did some really mundane shit after that. So
was there a hole in its rib?
We have a good show today. Okay. One of my favorite subjects, one of my favorite authors, not one of my favorite speakers, but one of my favorite authors. Okay. I think I really like Michael Cremo. He wrote a huge book that's
900 pages.
There's a couple versions that are shorter. But it's the hidden history of the human race and forbidden archaeology. He's done both of those books. Forbidden archaeology is like there's a short version of it on Audible that you can check out. There's tons of speeches. He's been on Ancient Civilizations, what Ben from Uncharted X was. He was on that for season 5. Michael Cremo was on the first 2 seasons, and he comes from the Vedic point of view, the Indian with a dot point of view. I think he's Krishna. I'm pretty sure he's Krishna. So he takes into civilization and the Vedic texts and pretty much pushes the fact that just like many scholars, people in India believe that their civilization is way older than what the West believes it is. So
way older.
So it's funny as hell. It is funny that like Google invites this guy over to talk. Google.
Yeah. And they tried to shut him down. They didn't.
I wonder why Google. Oh, it's because of because the guy introducing him and the whole audience was hello, Michael Cremo, how are you? You know, and it's fine. It's fine. I think it's great that we're getting that other point of view that isn't the Western point of view, because I like Flint Dibble assholes out there are trying to tell people who have studied this for years, generations in India, oh, your stuff's just bullshit. Right. It's just bullshit. You marginalized indigenous person here in this, you silly You know, it's just another way, by the way, of calling you a savage, right? When they say marginalized. I hope you all know that. That's just the nice way of calling you a savage. Maybe a noble savage, but it's still, that's what they're calling you.
Easy way to swap out those words.
Easy. It's very easy to swap out the words. But I forgot what show I talked about this on. But it's really strange how academia, who used to be like, let's be real, you know, 1800s, before that, little racist. Okay, I think we can admit there were little racist. That's how the world was, right? But they fundamentally haven't changed. Now they say, "Oh no, we're all about the progressive and all that," but it's really not. Their philosophy has only changed, and we've packaged it a lot nicer. We still want. There's still certain things we're going to say metaphorically they want to keep on the plantation, including information.
I have to add though, I mean, back in the day, like before the Industrial Revolution, a lot of human society throughout all of human history, you have to be wary of people that you don't know, that don't look like you, because most of the time, those are the people that are going to kill you and take your stuff. Like that's been primarily all of human history, is people that aren't in your community that want to kill you and take what you have for their own community. So it's like, were they racist, or were they just being smart about not trusting anyone outside of their
I think
bubbles?
It was a little of both, right?
Yeah. Okay.
But it's not like exclusive to white folk. Okay. It's at all. Not at all.
Right. In no way.
Everywhere.
Yeah, it was originally just danger, right? Anyone that's different from you is dangerous. And that includes different thoughts, different perspectives on life, dangerous. Yeah. And then we've evolved, right? Like technologically and societally, to where we're all together in a lot of different ways in the West. And it turned into perceived dangers aren't realistic. It used to be realistic to be like, that person's different from me, they may kill me and take my stuff. But now it's not as prevalent. You know, you usually have the same worldviews in general of multiple people that live in your area. So it's not as much of a danger. Now it's just perceived. It's just, if you are that way, we must destroy you. But that's not the case.
But that manifest destiny shit was there, and like we can't deny that happened. And you know, there's a lot of reasons why the indigenous people got conquered, and one of them was they were fighting themselves, and they were wiped out for the most part, and they didn't have the technology. And that's just history. That's just what happened. My opinion on it, like, yeah, it's fucked up, but that's how countries are made. That's how everything on this earth that is a mammal kills to survive. They kill something. They kill a plant. They kill another animal. They kill to survive.
Everything.
That's just that's nature. But it is interesting to me that academia hasn't really changed. That's pretty much my point. Hasn't really changed. They're still gatekeeping information, and it's to push a narrative. And it was first to support religion, then it flipped, then it was to absolutely suppress religion. And as we all know, there's probably a happy medium, because they automatically dismiss anything that comes from a religious text. That's what Michael Cremo said. They just automatically, fuck, no. Now, not everybody, obviously, but
mainstream.
But one of the things I think we're moving towards that's becoming more mainstream, and it should, is using mythology and religious text as a guide. And maybe, or in some cases, there is a lot of truth in that stuff. And we're just not interpreting it right. We're not understanding it, or we're just simply not believing it. And what we want is the truth, ultimately. And what Michael Cremo pushes sounds fucking nuts. But look at it in the context of 2015, when he said, "Oh, the human," at that time, he said, "Oh, you know, human race," and I think he was a little behind on that. We'll say 20 years ago, that they thought there weren't humans here prior to the Clovis here in North America, and they thought the human race went back a couple 100,000 years. Now, anatomically humans,
modern, anatomically
modern humans. But now, just recently, we found out there was a structure that they found that's 500,000 years old, There was that hominid species we've talked about a lot from the Cave of Bones, which was not human, which was which was burying themselves ritualistically. So they
reverence.
Reverence. It wasn't
cooking.
Yeah.
With fire, and marking the walls.
Yeah. A lot of the stuff that Cremo brings up, he did a Megalithomania speaking tour, and it was amazing. The amount of things he had, it was a fraction of what's in the book. The amount of things that were brought up by mainstream archaeology, like they went and found it, said it was 20 million years old, even like that old. Here's footprints. Here's an arrowhead stuck inside of mammoth bones. Here's like all these things, and they all get dismissed because they don't fit that very specific explanation. What the common census is it's the Clovis, nobody before that, right? If it doesn't fit inside, it gets discarded and then pushed off into a storage room like Indiana Jones. Pushed off, not displayed. The labels get changed to a more reasonable time.
Yeah, I was going to mention that. It's worse than what you were saying, because they actually will take what was already established, like this is this old, and the people that are coming in taking over the newer versions of these archaeologists, the mainstream, they're going, that couldn't be possible, so we're going to go ahead and just adjust that. What are we thinking now? We'll just do 10,000.
Water it down.
Take a couple zeros off there.
That's what the government does. That's what the news does. They water down information. That's why they like to throw that word misinformation at us. It's one that they created.
Cheap fakes.
The establishment created the term misinformation, made it a science. It's been around
conspiracy
for a
theory.
Exactly.
That too.
True. Yep. CIA.
Ufology, experiences that a lot. And maybe we can do an entire show on people like known cases of the government discrediting people, which if the UFO thing wasn't a thing, then why are they discrediting people? Well, it's just because they found out some technology of ours. What kind of technology? Like,
what do you mean?
Is it really?
What is that? Yeah. What is that technology you got?
Yeah. Like, what are you talking about? So, early on in the Google speech, you saw Cremo like distance himself from like, I don't want to say where I'm a conspiracy theorist. Like, even back then, that was such a bugaboo term. Man, things have changed since 2015. Because like, I don't call me a conspiracy theorist all day long. I don't give a shit.
It's not a theory when there's facts.
Yeah,
they're like obviously shown to us.
Well, how many conspiracy theories have been proven true in the past 2 years alone? It's wild what's coming out and what's being proven true, from elections to jabs. I guess I'll be
and cold.
Yeah, like
we're on YouTube.
Colds.
Oh man, I can't wait to be on Rumble.
Any of those things.
The green app.
A lot of lies.
We'll just go with
that have been exposed. A lot of lies that have been exposed. A lot of things that went way back. Files dropping of certain government organizations setting things up and false flagging and here and there and all this stuff. Decades and decades of that. It's really kind of shocking. But to offhandedly go, oh, conspiracy theorists. That's done. You can't do that anymore.
And it was just interesting to see him, look at he rattles off how many talks he's done, and he's been able to do that because he comes from that Vedic, like he's really used the whole Vedic Indian perspective thing to get into universities, and good. I have no problem with him doing that at all. Listen, I used to be what was it called? The Self-Realization Fellowship in Encinitas. We called it cult. We called it swamp. Well, it was. No, it wasn't. Okay, so the Self-Realization Fellowship is in Cardiff, and it's on one of the most expensive pieces of land in California. It's overlooking a beautiful beach in Southern California, and it's hippie guru shit. And they'd run around, they give you free sandwiches and try to recruit you. It's the Hare Krishna, whatever. But I thought that stuff was all just fucking wacko shit when I was a kid. But now that I hear, Michael Cremo and others discuss this. You know, David Hatcher Childress really discusses this stuff a lot too. And it's just simply because they went over there. And Cremo, I think, grew up in India for a little while, so I think that helped. And you get all the information, and we get that. Dude, the text is crazy. It reads like science fiction. A lot of this stuff, I really kind of went down the rabbit hole on this stuff about 10 years ago, and it's crazy. It's crazy.
You're talking about the stuff that Cremo based a lot of his work on.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
So a lot of his work is based on Vedic text. Like that's, he'll give you like, but what he tries, but what he does, he thinks civilization, he thinks man has been around for millions of years. Not
he went
hundreds of thousands.
He went 20 million
millions
in this talk. 20 million.
So,
well, he also believes he talks about in the. He had a theory, a talk about the Vedic alternative. I have the video up. I was just watching it. The Vedic alternative to Darwin's theory, and he was saying that it's like a dark day, then a light day, and life will cease to exist on this planet for the dark, and then it lights, and reignites, and humans spawn back in essentially, and then everything dies out, and it's kind of a wheel of time thing. It's cyclical. It comes and goes and comes and goes, and this has been going on for millions of years. And that's one of the theories that he put forward. And like, that's huge, right? I mean, well, you think about the micronova theory, like that would cause it to be reset all the time, especially if the Earth does spin and shift, and, the mantle just spins freely off the core. Crazy.
Well, yeah, that the equator thing moving, a bit disturbing, because we have something very recent that, like, just anecdotal evidence. It's like we've talked about it before, but how was Siberia like nice and warm,
and Antarctica,
North
too.
America, and North America, how it was under 2 miles of ice,
right?
Like 12,000 years ago. Like, how does that even happen?
Egypt's lush. All these different examples.
And Egypt gets lush,
completely changing.
The explanation for Egypt getting lush is it 15,000 years, chat? Or I think it's 15,000 years or 5. I can't remember. I watched a documentary on it, and it's just that there is a little wobble that happens during that time period. So it's just spinning, and then, say it's 15,000, it goes whoop, and it just moves the monsoon weather up north.
Isn't it? Oh, okay. I see.
It's 10,000 to 5,000 years.
Okay.
So about 15.
So there's some little wobble that they think. They don't know this, though. They don't know. They do know, though, that the Sahara Desert had lakes, and it wasn't jungle lush. Some of it was, but it like you could farm if they didn't farm.
Not arid
It's not arid. You had animals grazing, and like the largest freshwater lake in the world.
You know what I find interesting? You know how you would measure that wobble?
Oh,
be alive for 5,000 years.
Well, if you can't do that, you know what you would do?
What do you do?
You would build temples based on the locations of the stars.
What?
Aligned in certain ways, so that you can compare and contrast throughout the years, and then bury them so they don't get ruined. And then you continue doing that, and then you got Göbekli Tepe. Oh. There it is. Or Malta. Malta, same thing, right? What were they doing with these things? They were measuring the way the Earth was moving through the celestial universe.
And
right? I mean, I'm convinced of it at this point.
One of the excuses for the Maui and Easter Island or any of this is these people had a lot of time in their hands. Okay.
Every time. That is the explanation.
That would be if they had surpluses of food. If they had surpluses of food that would give them a comfortable enough society to have artisans, sure. But hunter-gatherers, they didn't have time to chill and watch football on Sunday.
They're hunting and gathering.
They're hunting and gathering. Yep. But what they did have time to do at night is look at the sky. And I'm a complete agreement with Graham on this one. We have been cut off from the sky.
True.
It's a damn shame.
I have to drive really far to go see the Milky Way now. I haven't seen the Milky Way in a couple years, which sucks. You know,
I don't think I've ever seen it.
It's really beautiful. Like,
it's beautiful.
when you get out to a spot that has no light pollution, it is amazing. And to think this is what they saw every single night. Like,
Yeah.
it wasn't just, oh, there it is. That one time I went to my grandparents' house that live out in the country. No, it's every single night. They're sitting at a campfire telling each other stories about their family, about their past, and looking up at that. Like, that's amazing.
My wife spent 6 months living in the South Pacific on a sailboat, like a massive sailboat. And she told me about these indigenous people that they just would take boats, canoes, smaller boats, significantly smaller than the sailing vessel she was on, that they used navigational tools and all this stuff. These guys, they could go to any island based on the stars.
Yeah.
They know exactly which direction they're going. They know exactly which position they are because they live their life learning the stars. That's like, it's like knowing the tree that's close to your home. Like, oh, I know that, I got to go over this hill and then down, that way, and then I'm home. So to them, it's that second nature. But that was everyone. We've lost it.
Yep.
Yeah.
And if we've lost that, and it, like what Cremo tries to, we'll go over some of his evidence, but there's like one instance where they found like a piece of a skull in Italy of a human that's 4 million years old. Now, these things in 4 million year old like strata, like rock. Now this has happened before, but usually you find all the ground above that disturbed in some way. This was from undisturbed ground, and he's looked at the report, and a lot of the stuff he pushes, there's out of place artifacts too. A lot of those have been debunked, some haven't. And the fact is, if there's one or two, that's
just
enough.
one, man. Just one, if
enough.
one of them.
But a lot of stuff gets edited out. I mean, everybody's talked about this. Even academics talk about it. There's stuff that like kind of go into the anomaly bin, and we don't worry about it because it would destroy the narrative and it's not worth. So, which makes no sense to me.
That
For
is the
one,
complete
job
opposite.
Security. That is your fucking job.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
that is your job to get to the truth. And it breaks it. If it breaks a narrative, good. It's not like you're destroying the petrodollar. Okay. You're destroying, you're just going over archaeology. And if you have to go back and redo things and argue with academics, fine, do it more.
The anomalies should be the most important thing.
Yes.
Wouldn't you think? You go, okay, we need to completely understand why we found this skull in this strata that is 4 million years old, and we don't believe we're around that time.
Exactly.
We need to figure that out.
And a lot of times, I think it's just human laziness. That like, well, I'd be spending a lot of time and resources on this, and it could lead nowhere. That's what searching for the truth is.
That's
It's
your
a lot of that. It's a lot of that. Human skull from Castanedolo. Did I get that right?
Castanedolo? Yeah, I think so.
Castanedolo.
There it is. I was you missed the hand.
Italia.
You have to say, there you got it.
Found by geologist Ragazzoni. In information about information about 4 million years old. So they did this report and it kind of just swept it under the rug, and maybe there is, and even Cremo says this, maybe there is an explanation for this, but they don't bother looking. And the thing is, you just need to bother looking. And now Cremo did bring up archaeologists who were like, I disagree with this guy, but he shouldn't be banned from any place. He should be allowed to talk, and we should have these conversations. That's a good archaeologist. That's the good.
I want an archaeologist, like an official one, has all the accolades, to write a book and take every one of these and debunk it. Debunk every single one. If you were
or
like this
bunk it.
person, or whatever. I want you to go into it thinking, this guy's crazy. I'm going to debunk every single one of these, and I want you to actually do it, because that would be amazing. And then we could find out, hey, these are the facts. This one is debunked because of XYZ. Oh, wait, this one's still interesting. I'd like to see how many come out the other end that are not debunked.
Italians that tend to exaggerate. Okay,
Yeah,
maybe it was
he's
just
not
2 million. Maybe it was just 2 million instead of 4 million. But dude, the book is so effing long, and he puts in every out of place artifact possible, including but not limited to the hammer that's in Strata, the spark plug.
Oh yeah,
spark plug, which is weird.
Well, there's one that he talks about in every single lecture, and he even like kind of makes a joke about, you know, every time you hear certain bands, they always play their hit songs. Well,
yes,
and then he goes into his thing he talks about, which is the gold mine. Was it in California?
Yep.
So California, there's a gold mine. These miners are deep in the middle of this mountain, right? And I've been looking for this picture. It's been bugging me that I haven't been able to find it, but they find it down in the middle, in the bowels of this mountain, human remains and pots and stuff. And this again goes back millions of years. So it's one of those things that to him, it's one of the more definitive proofs that, because like Nerdrotic was saying, there's no evidence that it was someone dug down and buried it and then like left it. Everything was undisturbed. So it came from that time. I don't know. I'm trying to find the picture.
I'm trying to find a picture too.
You know exactly. You know what I'm talking about, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's in the damn book too.
I know it's
Oregon.
in this video.
Here's one, Oregon.
I did snap a picture of the pots that are found in that. If you want to show,
yeah,
I found. All right, here it is. I found the mountain picture. Here it is.
Imagine all the stuff we don't know about that miners have found and still find to this very day. Because if you're digging through a gold mine and you find some pottery and some granite that's, you know, millions of years old, and you got to like contact an archaeologist and you shut down your gold mine, you know what they're going to do? Not say shit.
Of course.
Not say shit.
They're like, no, just keep mining that gold. We just spent all this money to get that gold. We're not going to shut it down just because of some bones. They don't give a shit. You know?
Okay,
what,
so
you're
talking about...
Imagine trying to build around the La Brea tar pits today, right? Like they would never let you build. And if you go to the La Brea tar pits, which incidentally I found out are not in La Brea.
Oh, really?
Lies, man. Institutional lies.
It's crazy. It's crazy. There's you know, there's the you can walk up and there's the, you know, the not display, but that you can see the tar pits. Like it's a tar pit, right? But if you walk around, there's like grass around it and there's a couple buildings. And this was last time I visited was 25 years ago or something like that. There was tar bubbling up on the grass. In the grass, just like,
it's still going
100 yards away. It's just like, oh, there's some tar bubbling up. It's weird.
Wow.
You can put that back up. Yeah. So here are
what they found
inside.
Yeah, this was in that gold mountain. Now bring back the gold or the mountain picture, and you can see. I just want to. Oh, okay. I just want.
I have to
like. Yeah, that's fine. I just wanted people to see. It was in the very center, so you could see it's kind of like a cross cut of the mountain that they were mining the gold in, and they were like deep in this mountain, and this is where they found those pots. And I believe he said human remains, but I didn't see any screenshots of or any pictures of the remains. But those pots were from this.
Is that what this is?
Just outside of Oroville, California. An uncle lived there.
No, this is different. This is something else.
Okay.
I'm gonna share my screen so I can talk this one out because I'm actually kind of excited about this. Mainly because I have wrong screen. Hold on.
Oh, you're talking about the textile?
I'm very close to this. Yes. So if you all right, so this here, I don't know why it's so bright. So this is Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania. This is right across the water from me. right? Because I'm on the Baltic, on the west side of the Baltic Sea.
Ooh,
And
you're by the
this-
Baltic Sea anomaly.
I am very close to that, actually. And so it was a ship captain that he was visiting. I don't remember what area Michael was visiting here, but he met with a ship captain who showed him this piece of amber. And when he looked at the amber, the ship captain was like, I wanted you to see this because I found it really weird. Now, of course, this amber is 25 million years old, or at least that's what is being recorded. And he's saying, oh, well, it's evidence because if you look closely right here, oh man, I don't know why my screen is so bright because that's not what it looks like on my screen. But no, I'm gonna need you to share it because for some reason,
Yeah, it's like way blown out.
yeah, I don't
I'll pull it up.
understand.
I'll pull it up.
Yeah. Just pull the threaded one, the
Just
wide.
super close up.
Yeah, because this is a close up of what's inside this amber, which is 25 million years old, that the ship captain found on like a bluff. Yeah, I apologize. I don't
What
understand
the
why.
hell? Yeah,
So
how do
this-
you explain that?
This is inside this piece of amber that was found, right? So weren't we doubting the accuracy of dating before? Yes, that is a good point.
That's a
But
good point.
we know amber itself is tree sap that is fossilized, right? So we know it's old. It's
They should
very
be able
old.
to carbon date this fiber, right? You'd be able to carbon date the fibrous materials that are inside of it.
Well, even carbon dating is questionable, right?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
at least you get in a ballpark.
Right. That's a good point. But I mean, what does that look like to you? That looks like
That is absolutely
woven fabric to me.
Woven in.
Yeah, that or some kilos of cocaine. I wasn't sure.
I'm just like, just looks like a bunch of pile of that snow.
It's all about the perspective, I guess.
Yeah, it is life perspective.
Yeah.
That's trippy. That's trippy.
Crazy.
Yeah.
And he's got hundreds
Dude,
and hundreds of these stories.
So many. The what is it? The Holland gravel pit.
Yes,
They
That's
found
that's
arrows in it.
That's a gravel pit here in the States, right? So and they found arrows in it that were in strata that were not quite Clovis, because Clovis are much nicer, by the way, just like their art. How old was that supposed to be? I forgot. So at the Holloman gravel pit, and when we know why we get gravel, right?
Why?
It's usually
how?
some kind of flooding, water involved.
Okay.
So I'm looking for an age
Trying
on
to
these because
see,
I
yeah.
completely forgot what it was.
1.8
Yeah, I
million.
saw 1.8 there.
Yeah.
Early Pleistocene, yeah.
That's where they found it here.
I don't think it's a stretch to have an arrow at 1.8 million years. If you had some hominid, right?
0.8 right here.
That was
Well,
just kind of smart.
No.
When Homo naledi.
Homosexual.
Naledi.
Homo
naledi.
Yeah.
They were seen basically is human adjacent. They weren't humans though, right? They were homos, but not like us. So it's
They
not
didn't celebrate
that
Pride
far of
Month.
us. Yeah, of course. No, they did. I think not in June. It was a different month.
Oh, well, because they had different months.
Right.
They totally used
it was the
different time.
13th
Yeah.
month. It
Yeah.
was the 13th.
They don't do
month.
daylight savings time. They were much smarter than we were.
Yeah, they back when they still had 13. But it's not that far of a stretch to know or think that there were human or human-like sapiens back in the day, a million years ago, that had these kind of records.
Yep.
I mean, in another one of his talks, he said it was kind of lightly talked about, and then they moved on. But I found it really interesting because it was an ancient site in Britain that was there was also a human remains found in that same kind of layer. There's something about these old layers, and it's like, okay, well then that means humans were in Britain, and that's kind of where this amber was found. I mean, obviously,
And it would
way
have
more
to be
east, but
before the ice age because it
Correct.
was under
long
ice
before.
Yeah.
Right.
This was northeast
Vauxhall,
of
Vauxhall.
northeast of London.
Oh, this is it here. Yeah, yeah.
Vauxhall jaw.
Right.
The anatomically accurate, anatomically modern human jawbone.
Yep. With that shell, right, that they found with the face on it.
Yeah, with that
That was also really old. I like his hoodie. I never even noticed the shirt he's rocking.
Dude,
Totally.
does he look
not
like the kind of
expected.
guy to be rocking that kind of hoodie?
No.
Oh my God.
No,
Like,
he looks like
what?
he should be doing your taxes. Okay.
It's like, hold on, Rocker.
Yeah.
Let me do those taxes. Let me collate
Yeah.
those earnings, dude.
But then you hear him and you expect him to start calling out for Bueller over and over again.
Yeah, you hear him, but you know this guy like probably listens to prog rock and is probably pretty cool. So,
Yeah. True.
and he does some Hare Hare Krishna Krishna.
I need to find a date on this one too.
Yeah, I don't remember the date on that.
I don't remember the date either. It's like fucking old.
A lot of different information.
I like the way he presented everything, because he would present the out of place artifact, then he would present an academic archaeologist or a geologist or some form of science that is respected in the fields of people that are debunking all this, and they were confused about it. Like the artifacts we just showed from the gravel pit said every single person that was trying to debunk it, trying to fight it, had to concede and say, we don't know. Like, we don't know how it got down there.
Yeah.
Because when they find these things that he was explaining, it usually becomes, it was because humans came later and dug
buried
it up
it.
and buried it, or
and
they took
certainly
a
that can
bone and
happen,
then took
sure.
it's like, sure. But
I mean, I don't know.
why do they
if we
go
have
way
any-
out of their way? That's my thing. Is like, why
Yeah.
they go way out of the way? That's not the Occam's razor. Like, the Occam's razor is, we were just there. That's an artifact of us being there. You have to go out of your way to say, oh, they went to this pit and they got a bone, and then they went to a village and got some arrows, and then they banged it into the bone and stuck it, and then they took it down there and then buried. Come on. Like, come on. Like, why are you being so
okay,
difficult?
think about it. Relatively, we found a lot of dinosaur bones, right? A lot. Good amount of dinosaur bones. You could still probably find them walking around. If you're like in the middle of nowhere in Utah, you might stumble across one or two. But
It's my dream.
consider how long the dinosaurs were around compared to how long we've been around. And what percentage. We're still discovering new species to this day of dinosaurs. We have no idea what lived in the fucking ocean, by the way, unless
That's
we find
gone.
it fossilized. But like
10%.
so 100 million years, like millions and millions and millions and millions of years, longer than we've been supposedly around. And we found this percentage of bones. It's pretty good, but I would say it's minuscule compared to how long they've been around. So imagine how hard it is to find if we were just hunter-gatherers or anything, and we just died on the ground. We got our bones picked clean. Like what I just saw,
Yep.
you know,
Turkey
I just
vultures, yep.
witnessed a little deer just get consumed like in a half an hour. And, they probably took the bones somewhere else. They probably flew them off because those birds were big enough to do it. And the deer was only like that big. Right.
Yeah.
So that's probably why it's hard to find humans and hominids and lots of things. And we've talked about that before. They have to die a certain way to be found. They have to be preserved. And we have no fucking idea. So
and if we have this micronova theory and it's true that every 12,000 years the sun goes micronova and like completely messes up the magnetic energy of the earth, and the earth gets completely screwed up and spins all weird and just wipes the
I'm
surface
hoping-
clean.
I'm hoping our friend Ben is just completely off, by the way, because
Yeah, I'm
I
just
just
gonna-
moved.
Me
I don't want
too.
to move to the top of a mountain.
I would
okay.
love for him to be wrong.
Be great.
Seriously, it would be fantastic if he was wrong. I'm sure he thinks so too.
So Garrett, look up the Fuente Magna Bull. So this isn't millions of years. Okay, this isn't millions of years. But what we're proposing here is things are older than they say they are. Are they millions of years? I don't fucking know. But I think our version of humans has been around longer there's no fucking way we were just running around with loincloths up until 10,000 years ago, and now we're like going to space, and we have the power of major computers in our damn phones. There's just no way. So either we got helped, or and here's a scientific way to put it. Cataclysm happens, and it just speeds up our evolution because we have to survive. We get so like the entire what's left of the human race has to go in complete overboard survival mode, and it just jumpstarts our brain. I don't know what's consciousness. I don't fucking know. So
that's a whole different conversation.
It's a different can of worms.
Yeah, cool.
But that's got something to do with it, right?
Luke brought that up with the handbag. His hypothesis of the handbags is that it was some form of psychedelic or mind-altering drug that's being passed around, and it connects you over these vast amount of distances to a singular.
It was just the cell phone of the day.
Yeah, I don't know if young Luke has taken any psychedelics, and if he does, great. They definitely change your perspective.
That's
sure.
what universally.
What are we looking at here?
Says. What are we looking? We're looking at the Fuente Magna bull. So a guy was it Bolivia? Yes, Bolivia. Dude in Bolivia was having his pigs eat out of this. All right. So guy finds it and goes, "Holy shit!
Say, hey, sweet
this
bowl.
is a great bowl.
Free bowl.
It's like
I put my slop in that.
It's like Sumerian text on that. So what we'll do is we'll buy you a house if you give us that bowl." He's like, "Fuck yeah, let's go."
Wow.
So, but yeah, it's got cuneiform on it. It's got 2 forms on it. So that was in Bolivia, and it was buried in I forgot how much strata. Like so Dr. Winters believed the researchers have been able to read the writing because they refused to compare to the proto-Limited, but it's 5,000 years old. So if we go back, so the insinuation here is there must have been some form of communication, right? There must have been some form of communication.
More connected than they think.
More connected than we think. I don't know if you saw Megalithomania's last, but yeah, look at there's so much. We've covered it before. Look into that. It's trippy, and it's been on Ancient Aliens and stuff. On Megalithomania, I don't know if they just released one. He was in India, and there's some fortress that's miles around. It's like 5 miles around, and it has it's megaliths. And a lot of the wall is kind of, it's all right. It's done okay. And then there's parts of it that are straight up megalithic nubs.
It's like Japan.
Yes, it looks just like Japan. And that's
this
what
wall is okay.
You mentioned.
It's like an all right wall.
No, but then exactly. And then he gets that other part, and then all of a sudden it's like magnificent.
Right.
And huge and
like 150 tons.
Yeah,
just a massive giant one. Like, how did this one get in here? What?
And it's just the nub thing, man. The nub and the keystone cuts is too fucking weird.
What's that?
Oh, carved in relief. It's a serpent.
Oh, yeah.
And this is again India, a country and a civilization that's far older than they say it's old. The Egyptians, the list of kings goes way back. And
where can I read that? I've heard about this for so many years.
There's 2 lists of kings. I keep, sorry, Chad, if I get them mixed up. It's Sumerian. I think it's either Sumerian or Mesopotamian, but they have a king's list that goes back where the kings live like thousands of years. So there's 2 civilizations that are separate that have a king's list that goes back, and the king's list live like insane amount of time. So yeah, we're getting into a little better. It's a little better now, but he goes over the nubs, and yeah, this is just in the middle of fucking nowhere. It's not a tourist site.
Wow, I want to go there.
You're allowed to go to some parts of it, but I think Hugh mentioned not all parts of it. So how old is the human race? We have no fucking idea. None.
Dude, old. It's old. It's way older than we think it is, dude. It's
absolutely none. And
are we from Earth?
I don't know. You don't want to know my real thoughts on that.
I kind of
When
do
we
now.
go to the green app,
I don't know.
maybe we'll hear it.
Oh, I think we could be for Mars. I think
Oh.
Mars could have had like Mars had an atmosphere. Mars got a giant, like they say it's tectonic, and it could be the case. I don't know, but I just look at Mars and I'm like, man, there's a big scar on it.
Yeah, what's
Like
up with that?
something fucking hit it. Like something happened really
You
bad
think it was another
and wiped
planet?
out its atmosphere. Yeah, I mean it's a dead planet. It's literally rusting.
Yeah.
It's a planet. The red is from iron. It's rusting. Yeah, I think a planet exploded, and I think that's what created our asteroid field, and that wreaked havoc in the solar system. I think something caused was it Neptune that's on its side? So
Yeah.
something happened to Venus, which is basically Venus is global warming, like run amok, like absolutely run amok. And something happened. Look, it's old, so you have to take that into account. But there's also a bombardment on every moon. On look at Mars.
Yeah.
And it looks to me like there was some kind of bombardment at some point in time. Not every impact is from this bombardment, but like that something blew up, and it's not the first time. I think I completely agree with Randall that I think it's a possibility that some of the mythology is just something the ancients saw in the sky, interpreted it, passed it on through oral tradition.
Someone at Cosmic Summit, and you're gonna have to help me out because I don't remember who, talked about a planet that could have been the one that hit Mars, but they were talking about a civilization that was getting smart, that popped their planet. Oh no, maybe it was Terrence Howard who talked about this. Yeah. I
he
think that's who
said like the sun popped out a plant, pooped out a planet, or something like that.
No, not that
Birthed
theory.
it?
That there was a planet, and humans were on that planet, and they were messing around like CERN created a thing and actually destroyed their own planet.
Well, I mean that's kind of the Planet Nine thing.
Well, Planet X, is that the one? Isn't that the
Planet
one
X,
that like goes way
a
out
lot of
there?
scientists think there's a Planet X. Yes, that it's so far you can't see it. There's
Right.
no sun around it.
The
There's no
orbit is
light
so
on it.
All the
big.
gravity tells that there is something.
But there's something big out past out past deep in our solar system that's affecting not the Oort cloud, the Kuiper belt, right? So I could be wrong.
What if it's our binary star and we actually just
possibly
like it's just dormant,
and it's got a like this insane orbit of tens of thousands of years. But like serious, like go to the I forgot what's the Russian astronomer who's always on. He's got a good channel. I can't remember his name. He was just talking about it like a month ago. Like they really think it's there. It's
Cool.
just going to be really tough to find. You're going to have to send something out there. It doesn't really it doesn't get hot enough to detect. That's the problem. But the gravity is showing it's there.
It's cool.
But we have a giant asteroid belt. Like, okay, it could be a planet that didn't form. I have a hard time buying that our moon is up there because another planet hit our planet when it's in early stages, and that's the debris from another planet hitting our planet.
Where do all the other
believe
moons
in
come
that, too.
from? Same thing, right?
I don't know. There's a lot of moons. There's a lot of moons out there that are like planets. Europa.
And so
It's very weird that it's also shaped. It's in a spherical shape as well, because it's not spinning like we are. It's spinning around us.
It's still spinning.
It's in a fixed. It's in a
tidal lock,
fixed.
but
geosynchronous orbit.
yeah. But it's the moon is weird. I'm still waiting for Randall's full moon presentation. Just an isolated full moon presentation.
He needs to do that because I've seen him speak a couple times.
What his theories is about it.
Yeah.
Like what is he gonna say?
I've seen him speak a couple times in person, and I've seen his talks obviously on like Joe Rogan and on the internet, his own stuff. I'd like to see something like new because I like we were talking about. It's a lot of the stuff he goes over all the time, similar stuff. Not that I'm like super bored with it. I still like it. It's still fun to watch him talk, but I'd like to see him drop a whole new hypothesis on the moon and whatever, like something else. Be great. Be great to see.
Well, him and Graham are getting up there. And I was talking to the guys before and gal before this. Like, we're spoiled with Randall and Graham and some other, like Hugh Newman and Luke. Good speakers. You're going to need to be a good speaker in this field now.
You got to be entertaining. You got to get people in to watch your stuff. Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and I know, I love this. A lot of these guys self-publish their books. Fucking do some audiobooks, guys. Figure it out.
Do an audiobook and release it on YouTube or something.
Read it yourself.
Get it out there.
Get it out there. It doesn't have to be on Audible. It could be on your damn website, or what Garrett said on YouTube.
Yeah.
Or put it on your website and put behind a paywall of like $4 or something like that. I'll pay it. $5. I'll pay it.
On YouTube to watch it. I would.
Yeah. Yeah. There you go. They need to learn how to work that stuff out. They need money to make this shit. We understand that. And I think a ton of people would support it. A ton of people would support it. But I think it's a fascinating subject. So your homework, if you choose to accept it, go out there and read some Michael Cremo books. They're fucking long and they're old, but some of them updated. But like, honestly, the older books I'm reading now, I'm finding more truth, less sanitized of their time. And while they'll be wrong on some stuff just because it was written in the 70s or 80s, there's other shit that's fascinating that doesn't get talked about anymore at all.
Cool.
And listen to those old Art Bell shows. The Cremo's on Art Bell 3 or 4 times. So check that out.
A time and a half.
A time and a half, because then he sounds like a normal person. He's speaking at a normal speed. It's great.
Yeah, there's some really good lectures, but I would go 1.75 to be honest with you. But like,
it's not too bad
if
when
you're in a hurry.
Yeah, speed. It's good.
No, you're right. If you go 1.5, he sounds like us talking right now.
Yeah, he sounds like a person that's just like, hey,
what's up?
I'm gonna tell you about a few things.
He's a slow talker.
Yeah, that's an understatement.
Let's talk about Skinwalker.
All right, before we do that, reminder, Peru trip. Anybody out there, if you're watching right now, there's 2 slots left. You can come with us to Peru.
Tweet that out.
Come on.
Hang out.
Well, yeah, all of us
me.
except for Adam, because he's procreating.
But they're making stickers of my
He did
face,
his
right?
job. We're just waiting for it to pop in.
Yeah, we're gonna make some stickers of Adam's face. We're gonna take it with us.
Oh,
Yep.
and we're gonna get a popsicle stick, Adam.
Gotta get one of those so we can take photos with him.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to do that with us, link in the description. Wandering Wolf is hosting. It's gonna be awesome. Come hang out with us.
Indiana Jones.
That's right. And
Skinwalker.
Somehow I'm gonna have to do a review of Rings of Power from there too. That'll be fun.
Oh yeah,
That'll
because
be
that's
fun.
coming back.
Is it the
I actually
premiere?
got a season 2.
No, it's the finale, isn't it?
Yikes.
The finale is that
Oh,
week, unless
man.
they do 2-episode premiere, which I'm kind of hoping they do. So
Cross fingers.
cross fingers. But otherwise, I'm doing it from Peru. It's the way it
So
goes.
this episode of Skinwalker, actually interesting.
pretty good.
Actually pretty good.
Actually interesting.
We still got some rockets. We still got some rocket shooting. Okay. Some people like to hate on the rockets, but I like the rockets. I think the first thing Travis did when he got to that anomaly, he was like, I want to shoot a rocket right up there. I was like,
yeah.
Oh, yeah. There's a ton of crazy stuff.
Yes. Another thing we're going to do in the show, I'm going to start doing this as time goes on, and I'm giving you guys all have to do this too. So you have to follow UFO Twitter and
Got it.
and UFO X, or it's X UFO Twitter. Look for those hashtags. You'll see them both, and just poke around over the week and bookmark all the UFO footage that gets.
Did you see the Red Rock, the Red Rocks one? There wasn't.
We're
footage
going to
of it.
go
There
over
were
that.
people
We're going to
talking
go
about it.
over. No, I've got a couple that we're going to
Okay.
go over tonight, and we're going to do that every show. Just
You
because.
can follow us hashtag.
No, you search it and then you bookmark it, X-Ray Girl. But thanks for playing. I love it when her bimbo comes out.
Let's go
You've been
back to
traveling
being
too much.
muted.
You've been traveling too much.
Yeah, you've been on the road too much.
Yeah.
I'm going home tomorrow. Okay. We'll be fine.
Are you going home tomorrow?
Yes.
Oh wow.
I'm so excited.
You miss your dogs.
Continue. Skinwalker Ranch is getting really warm right now.
Quick, subscribe to 100K.
X-Ray Girl is an international treasure. Okay, we love her. No, so what I do is I waste a lot of fucking time on this shit. I'm like, you know what? I should start bookmarking this stuff and put it in the show instead of me just looking at it.
Yeah,
for half an hour when I'm bored. You know. So I did it.
Yeah.
So that's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna go. We're gonna go. Ooh, that's fake, and ooh, that's awesome. You know, that's it.
Oh, that's weird.
That's a good
Weird.
segment. I like it.
Oh, for one, Adam said it earlier, but it was in better context. Can we retire the term "that's wild" on fucking Twitter forever? On X, I'm fucking done with it. That's wild.
That's
okay.
wild, man.
Most of the time, it's not fucking wild. Okay. And every time, right? And what it is it's a way of, wow, look at this thing without like having any opinion on it. Just going, that's crazy. Whoa. It's like, if you're gonna post something, have an opinion on it. But
it's kind of like breaking news.
Yep.
And it's like
dumb.
Yeah, and you know what I'm gonna do
something.
right after the show? Miles Morales is Miles Morales. That's wild.
That's
what
wild.
Breaking news. Breaking news.
It's the equivalent of TikToks when they just play other people's shit and they just go.
Yeah. Yep.
Like
I hate that.
Like that's
not stop. That's wild. Okay.
Stop it.
Now,
unless it's wild, unless it's literally wild, it's animals in the wild.
When I said it earlier, it actually made sense, and it didn't.
It makes sense when you're saying no. It bugs me on. It doesn't. No, it bugs me when it's on Twitter when it's when it's clearly
something
like
silly.
A political thing. Not even silly. It's a political thing, and the person posting it doesn't want to have an opinion one way or another. Right? So that's wild. And what it is like, I don't have an opinion on this yet. What's yours so I can have one? Fuck that. Come out with an opinion. Have some sack, or don't say it at all.
Get off the platform. Platforms for people with sack.
Or to be fair, maybe I've just been on Twitter too much and it's bothering me. Okay.
Sounds like two things can be true. But if you're on Twitter, you should be posting your opinion. That's the whole point.
That's the whole point of it. Yeah.
I love pissing people off on Twitter. I do it often.
Yeah.
Or making really crass, stupid jokes. Like your friend just died and people believe you.
Wow. I mean,
literally half the people believe that.
It's too soon. It's too soon, I think. It just happened. All right.
Don't even say. Oh, sorry. I meant somebody's like Wildcats, the Jim Lee comic that sucks balls.
Jim Lee made a comic.
Wait, do people really think that
was that the?
People love Jim Lee. I get a lot of people get angry when I get mad at Jim Lee, but I
never liked his art. Never
like his art.
Ever liked
his art. His proportions are fucking terrible.
His Batman with the little ear.
I think he's a really nice guy, though. I think he's a good human being. He was getting a lot of shit because he was asking for $20,000 commission. That's called capitalism. He deserves every fucking penny of it, and if he can get it, good for him. I defend that till the day I die. I wouldn't pay. I would rather, I don't know, take that money and get like 4 John Byrne commissions. But but if he can get it, like, God bless you, Jim Lee. But I don't think I think Silvestri. I think there's much better artists out there than Jim Lee. But nice guy, which helps. And I think he was a good ambassador for comics until he took over DC, turned into an idiot. Okay, Skinwalker Ranch. Good episode. It starts out a little slow. All right.
As they do.
There was the military plane.
There's the military plane.
Military plane right at the beginning.
Really low.
Really fucking low. And that was a transport plane. Like that was an Air Force plane that like transports like tanks and shit.
Yeah, that was
fucking huge.
C-130, is that what they're called?
Yeah, there was some fake thing on. I'm pretty sure I'm 99.9. I don't know. Maybe it couldn't happen. So there's somebody like did a thing where it had one of these or something as big as this taking off on an aircraft carrier.
What? Well, the Hercules
pretty
has
convincing.
Dude, it can. The Hercules has rocket launchers that are rocket boosters. That thing could just be like whoop. That thing's crazy.
Well, okay, the footage again. I don't believe everything I say on Twitter. Believe it or not, but it's taking off in the aircraft carrier, and it has to make a turn while taking off. Then it takes off. and it skims the water, and then it goes up. I'm like,
Wow.
wow.
You don't see rockets coming
That
out the
did
back
look-
then.
No,
I don't
that
know.
didn't look
No,
so.
then I don't think so.
And I got like, it's a pretty good fake if it's fake, but like, no way.
Yeah.
Somebody said the show is fake. Hey, you never know. But no,
That's what I was gonna look. Devil's advocate on totally fake. This could be an RC plane. It's hard to tell with the perspective and the scales.
It didn't sound like an RC plane though.
But that you could also have.
that's a C-17. There's some guy going, that's a C-17, dumbass. It's like, dude, I've never been in the military.
Oh wow,
okay?
is that what it is? I don't fucking know. What the hell?
I love the chat.
Yeah, you freaking
Thanks.
dummy.
Actually, it's a C-17. Fucking retard. I love you, chat. Keep
Hey,
bringing
you're
it.
a plane nerd. I like that. I respect
Keep
that.
bringing it.
That's fantastic.
So it's a C-17.
It does. It looks real to me. It looks real.
This plane, no, that's very real flying over. I don't know. It's from the Air Force. There is a base of some sort, like within 100 miles, right? Which would be plausible, but they've had low flying shit over. So either they're faking it by getting our military to buzz their base, wasting our fucking tax
Or an
dollars for
RC
a
plane.
TV show, or or it's some guys from the base fucking with them.
Could be
Which-
that.
Could be
Okay.
that.
I
Okay.
can see that.
They've got to
too.
do a test
Yeah.
flight anyways. They're like, let's just fly over.
Let's buzz Skinwalker and fucking show up on the show. You know, like
I bet
That
there's
would be
dudes that
funny.
work there that are on that base that watch the show.
Oh,
100%.
they're
100%.
Watch
Keeping an
our
eye on
show.
them.
They're watching our show right now, chuckling.
What's up?
they are.
Right?
They're
Like, that's the
we buzzed
C-17,
them.
you dumbass.
Or they're keeping an eye on them. Now I don't know if you would use like a C-17, which looks to me like you transport shit. It's a big fucking plane.
Yeah.
To buzz Skinwalker, I don't know what kind of surveillance would be done, like with the helicopters, with the Chinooks. They had like radar dishes on the bottom, so like that
Oh yeah.
that looked very sus. This
Well, wasn't there two more
Flying
things
very
that
low.
flew by right after this too?
yes,
There's the big one and then the two smaller planes, right? Yep.
This-
Oh no.
This episode?
Yeah, like right at same thing. Like not 5 minutes later,
Oh, look at
they
that.
had two other planes. Didn't?
Ah,
wasn't it?
yeah,
Oh no, it
this
was
is not
helicopter.
showing it.
so they were showing the
Oh,
the
okay. They were
helicopters from
they were
before. Yeah.
talking about the other
They're
ones I have. All right, I missed that.
It was just 2 years ago where we had two Chinook helicopters buzz our property
What
right
the hell?
past the mesa. And it was when we were broadcasting at 1.6 gigahertz. And
Golly,
No,
we
sorry.
shot some rockets at him. Maybe a laser or two. If I was a showrunner of this
Dude.
show and we had to say the show was going to get canceled, we had to come up with a good finale. My finale would be mid-season where we said there's going to be 15 episodes. Episode 10, stop airing the show. Next week, when that episode's supposed to come out, I'd say, due to unforeseen circumstances, we cannot show this show. It no longer can be shown for public, and then just never talk about it again. That would be the best way to end this show, because it'd be
then
everyone would just
people
be
would
like, "Oh, what the
scour
heck?"
over everything. They would watch all the episodes, like try and figure out
Yeah,
what happened, what's going on at Skinwalker. Well, people would start showing up though at Skinwalker, be like,
yeah.
"What's going on?"
We have to figure this
They
out.
have security though.
What is the secret?
Dragon's looking old, man. I don't know.
Somebody sent me a picture of his pistol.
The fake,
and said
the
that it's
fake gun.
It's like,
Oh, yeah.
it does look like it might be like an airsoft gun or something.
I
Maybe
highly
during
doubt it
filming?
though.
I don't know.
that his gun's fake. Why would his gun be fake?
I don't
Yeah,
know.
I highly doubt that it's fake.
Yeah, that's insane. He's pulled out rifles and shit before. Like
And it's not hard to just have a real gun. Like,
There's-
why would
there's
why
no
would they do
reason-
that? That's
they're
such
on
a
private
ridiculous.
property in Utah. They can
It
have a
looks like
fucking
it
real
has
gun.
like a crease in it. It's an airsoft gun, obviously.
Obviously.
Maybe it's like some expensive custom job or something. Like, he's kind of rich now.
His name's
Yeah,
Dragon,
could be.
guys. Come on.
His name is Dragon. He's got like a
Dragon.
hot girlfriend since he
Yeah,
started the
it's a
TV
custom
show.
made-
I saw he got
Dragon
married.
gun.
Congratulations.
Hey, congratulations, Dragon, by the way. And
I hope the gun has like a sick dragon on the side, like on the.
You know what I
that'd be
mean?
fucking rad.
Rip.
My name was
Yeah,
Dragon.
hell yeah, dude.
Dragons on everything.
Fuck yeah. Could have like a dragon tattoo up his arm or something.
Hell yeah. So 4 weeks ago, they were. What's this? This is the drill. The drill that
They drill for the first
they're
time.
still drilling. Okay, and they
nothing.
Borehole 1 and 2. They found some magnetic
No,
materials.
that's
Go
what
back to
they
that.
wanted to do. That's what they want
so
to do.
all the pink lines
Not
there
working.
is what?
Oh, that's right. That's right.
What's all the pink lines there?
That's the anomaly that's under the mesa
Okay,
thing that they can't quite figure out what it is.
till they blow it up.
You can blow that
I
crap
can't
up,
wait for
dude.
that. I can't wait for that.
So
they're gonna drill from the side. This is a receiver, so they can tell where the
receiver stopped
basically
working.
the tip of the drill is.
Oh yeah.
They do it. What was
And
that?
the
The time to
receiver
say,
stopped
oh, yeah.
working. Yeah.
And
I mean,
then,
the receiver stopped working. Like, oh yeah, that I forgot that happened.
And then they talked to another rancher who's having problems with a cult, right?
Yep, a couple of them. Couple of them showed up dead,
not
mutilated.
a cult.
No, his is a cult.
A cult.
Yeah. Cult.
C-O-L-T. Yeah.
Like the
C-O.
gun. Like the gun.
Yeah. Colt. Sounded like
And,
cult a little bit.
Died under mysterious circumstances, like the
Yeah.
cow from season 1. Just kind of dropped dead. One of them had the other one of the colts had the hole in the bone. The guy said clearly it's like it's not a bullet. All right, this was not a bullet, and it's the dire wolf.
Could be.
There haven't been dire wolves.
Okay.
Dire wolves south of the wall.
Sorry, warning, graphic. Sorry if you weren't expecting that, but
It's Skinwalker Ranch. You better be expecting.
By the way, that's in your
I'm
hamburger.
just well, not the
That's what your hamburger's
intestines.
made of.
I mean, the disemboweled
Yeah.
belly of a calf. I mean,
I just watched
that's
This is
weird
a
though.
green screen phone.
But you just so based on this, right? I see that and I'm like, you just talked about the circle of life. You watch some turkey volters just clean everything. They picked that shit clean.
picked that shit clean and it was killed.
What's going on with that?
They're gonna
Well,
find
that's the other thing
one.
they mention is the other livestock won't go near it, and it's
Right.
still around. Remember that one cow didn't get picked apart like it should have.
For a long time.
Long time.
Yeah, that's
And
weird.
the bird.
And that weird,
Bugs,
yeah,
nothing.
the bird that didn't
Birds.
decompose, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Hey,
It's
you know
weird.
who else is reviewing Skinwalker Ranch? We have to get him on the show. Is David Polides. Missing
Oh
411.
yeah,
Get
dude.
over here.
He just
does reviews.
he just put out a new video. We should
Yeah,
we should reach out and be like, David.
Should.
He's awesome,
I'll
dude.
find a way to contact. He's fucking based as fuck. We need to get him on the
Please,
show.
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
love to chat with him.
Yeah, if anybody knows him, we want to get him on. I've been watching his reviews. I watch he does like reports, like missing 411 reports on his channel quite often, really. So it's a really good active channel. That's that's what's great about Megalithomania. It's like a really active channel. You know, Ben's kind of like Mahler, you know, he'll like no, not like Mahler. Mahler does one video a year. Ben does like one a month or something, but it's really good. So it's like active channels that are doing good stuff, but it's still far and few between. You know, when's the last time you saw a Secure Team 10 video for UFOs? You know, I know
Need
he's had
more
like-
channels.
Yeah.
So when there's that one channel is down, there's a video from somebody else.
Yeah, the sphere, like it should be blowing up here. A lot of people are going to the Green app because they need to. Dude, Jimmy put out a video throwing up swastikas.
Oh, the coincidental swastikas from history.
I mean, technically yes, but you know,
No,
talking about their history and what
Their history and you know how like it
they
can't
go
be
back.
No, he makes a good point. It can't be talked about now because of the Yahtzees, but it goes way back and it's in a lot of different places, like all over the world. So it's another one of those connections. It's a great video. Go check it out. Hail Jimmy.
Yeah,
Right inside.
that's a good video.
All right, so we're at Homestead and the Kraken. They just have a bunch of malfunctioning equipment. And
So he's gonna go check it out.
they're gonna go check it out. But they're getting readings. Like they were getting. Yeah. So they're in the cone zone. That was like that's a weird development, by the way. That whole
that's such a weird
cone thing.
Mhm.
And they were getting like dual broadcast, and it wasn't 1.6 gigahertz. It was they were being surveilled. That's what Travis said. Like the frequency that they were picking up was the frequency of localized surveillance stuff, technology, we'll say, which is interesting. But the more interesting thing happens when the cow starts running in circles. There's a cow that just starts. Yeah.
They shoot a rocket. They get over there. They shoot a rocket. It freezes in the air supposedly.
Yes,
it does look freaking weird.
When
I was
it
like,
was
what the
floating
hell?
down, so it didn't freeze on its way up, right?
It's like got its parachute.
It's parachuting down, and it really did. They were just
it stopped for a second. That could be an updraft, but
it could have just
that's
been
what I was thinking.
Updraft.
Some kind of vortex that it's getting caught in.
Yeah, but they were making a big stink out of it. But I don't know. Yeah, here
way weirder thing happens after that.
Yeah.
They're looking at this. They're talking about it. Something weird happens.
Oh yeah, so they look through all this, just a bunch of nothing.
Nothing.
I mean,
Nothing.
Nothing.
Get past it. The better stuff over here. Come on.
So yeah, there's a calf running in circles, like running in circles. They're like, man, that's weird. What's going on with that cow? And yeah, so the cow's running in circles, and they go out there and check it out, and it looks like what Travis says is that looks like what happens when you get hit with microwaves. Like his eyes are all white. The calf's eyes are just completely white. And what they later find out, they call the vet out. But yeah, there it is walking in circles. It's blind. Its eyes ruptured. It's never going to see again. So it's probably not long for this world. And it was an obvious distress. And like what could have caused that? So it's neurological damage, right? So, I mean, I don't know. I'm not a vet. You think the vet would have brought up like it was an aneurysm or some shit like that?
Yeah. From an injury that it may have sustained out in the field. But yeah.
So she didn't really, they're going to take it in. And I guess we're going to find out what happened to the calf like next episode. But this happening to the calf and seeing it was pretty fucking weird. Pretty
gruesome too. Yeah.
Pretty gruesome. And I'll just tell everybody like, okay, sure. I mean, everything could possibly be faked, but if they faked this, if they fucking harmed an animal for the show, it would be over for the network.
Yeah,
dude. So like that's not something you can do. But
hey, ranchers out there, is it normal for calves to get infected eyes for some reason and go crazy and walk in circles and stuff? Does it happen a lot? From my experience, I've never heard anything that weird.
Yeah.
Dude, that looks like a possessed cow or like a freaking
it's terrifying.
From a nightmare.
Well, it's fucking eyes ruptured.
It looks like it's staring at me right now.
What causes it? What causes a cow's eyes to rupture? It's like a zombie cow.
It's like its brain got cooked.
Yeah.
It does look like that. It looks like a zombie.
And it's not like even before this show, there's a reason Skinwalker is on the map again. Look further into it. Jeremy Corbell did a documentary prior to this show coming out. I would highly recommend you see, and then go listen to the Art Bell episodes. George Knapp co-wrote a book on this subject with Robert Bigelow. Did work for the government, paid for by us there, and they won't talk about it. They'll talk about some stories, some really fucking weird ones, but the stuff that they actually researched, and they do discuss it in the Jeremy Corbell documentary. So he talks to basically some of the Bigelow researchers, and it's creepy. You get, and there is some footage. It's not a lot, but that structure that just appears and disappears in the security footage. I don't know if you guys remember that. That was fucking weird. That was weird.
So yeah, it's
Definitely
both. It's both eyes, chat. It's both eyes.
Both eyes.
And it was acting erotic, and it's not the first. Not erotic. Weird.
It was acting what?
Erratic.
Erratic. Freudian
Wow.
slip there. Ooh.
Garrett,
Zorbu right there. No, it's not the first time a cow has done this. They keep livestock there, which is a question I'm having. Like, why do you still have livestock on?
They keep the livestock
ranch?
there. Well, it's a ranch for one, and you probably have to have some sort of livestock to keep calling it a ranch. That would be my guess. There's probably some tax write-offs there. Plus,
so there's this just happened in front of them. They went through it a little bit a couple years ago. They had another cow act in a weird way at night. It was like being aggressive with them, which is like not how the cattle usually act. You had the previous story of the cattle all getting together and putting themselves inside of that storage cabin. Yeah. So there's like a lot of scenarios where animals are acting weird. Animals' brains are not functioning correctly, like they're getting cooked, and they go off by themselves and die, or they all separate from each other and not, they're not where they're supposed to be. There's a lot of weird stuff like that.
yeah, and there's a lot of weird places like this around the world, where all the hippies will say, well, that's where the portals are, or there's a weird energy about this place, and there's the zone of silence. And there could be a perfectly mundane scientific explanation that we find out someday, right? Like I'm just throwing out some major uranium deposit, or there's something down there that's causing gravitational anomalies, something that or maybe it's micronova. We're getting like hit with maybe we're getting hit by gamma rays or some shit, from like some supernova from we can't even see. Don't know.
Explain the three white people then that show up and help you out if you're stuck in the zone of silence by yourself.
That's weird.
That is kind of weird.
Cow's high as fuck. Yep.
The cows.
Cow high as fuck.
Yep. Damn. That guy got the sticky icky. He was out. That's why he was just walking in circles.
Mm-hmm.
Mad cow. Maybe it got mad. Well, if they got mad cow, I don't think they'd be all touching it. And hey, let's get it's a big difference. Yeah.
The vet had gloves on, and Eric, I forgot his name, but he was just like touching it with his hands. I was like,
it's cocaine cow, says Lady Aaron D. Cocaine cow.
Yeah, that cocaine got in it.
No, if it's mad cow, that dude, the show would be shut down.
Cow.
That would be not good.
Is it trans? Can you touch and get it? Can you like get it with your hands if you touch it? I thought if you had to eat it, you had to eat it to get mad cow.
Fuck around.
I'm not sure.
Guys in the UK would know more than us.
I don't know if it was transmissible.
It was worse over there than. Bovine pink eye will cause white eyes. But she said the eyes were ruptured. She said they were clearly ruptured.
Fine.
But that would be a good explanation. Fucking pink eye, man. You know what I mean?
Dude, it fucking sucks.
It sucks. I've
Sucks,
had it.
dude.
I remember.
Damn kids. There's a picture of bovine pink eye, and it looks white, but it doesn't look quite the same. Here, let me see. Maybe. I'm scrolling down here. It looks kind of gruesome, so I'm not going to show it to you, but it's pretty close to what we saw.
I mean, we showed a disemboweled calf. Like what?
Okay. All right. If you want to see it.
You said if it's Skinwalker, you got to be ready. What was it? What did you say?
Well, I took the Skinwalker down.
And?
That's pretty close. That's pretty close to what we saw. Something like that.
Not nearly as bad as.
It's not as white.
It isn't as white. I mean, but it does look very similar. I can see it being. I still have it up.
Could just be pink eye.
We'll find out next episode.
But pink eye is not. The eyes aren't ruptured though.
Yeah,
there's a big difference.
Mm.
Yeah.
Or cows, man.
That would be infected, maybe.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Some kind of infection. Maybe it got injured, and it's an infection that spread from one eye to the other eye.
Or maybe it got fucking fried by microwaves.
Or microwaves hitting.
It would explain the erratic behavior, though, if it was an infection that was.
Do you like how like we just kind of move past all the because they see a lot of UFOs now.
A lot, yeah.
A lot, and I'm sure some are totally explainable, but like there's a couple that weren't, and we're just kind of like, yeah, that's not even the most exciting thing on the show now, which is good.
We're just moving on.
Yeah.
And I still
Like,
think if it was 10 episodes, it'd be much more. It would be tighter. And I know they want to spread it out, but they got a whole other show now, and Ancient Aliens is coming back or already back, right?
I think it's already back, right?
I think it's already back, or it's back this Friday.
Do we add that to the review list?
I watch it all the time. I like for this, like if you're on the show, if you're into this stuff, I watch all this shit, like all of it, every documentary, everything that comes out, I watch. And I've watched a lot of shitty UFO documentaries, and there's a fucking lot.
Dang, they're on season 20.
They're on season 20. They're on season 20, and it should be 20 it's either 20 part 2 or 21, because they did a mini season at the beginning of the year, which was filled with basically evergreen content like top fives and stuff, which I'm gonna be doing a lot more of that shit on my channel. So like, I'm not gonna fucking get on their ass about it, but I had an idea for a top 5. I just don't know if it's
how Dirty Jobs went out, started doing top 5s, best ofs. Then they ring out.
I think Ancient Aliens is kind of like coming to the end.
I mean, there's a well. You've tapped it. You've tapped that well. They've got to be going over the same stuff.
No, I think there needs to be straight up, and I think Ancient Apocalypse should be.
Why have they not done any of that?
Well, we're getting to season 2. I just don't know when. So, but it's been confirmed. So
I like that stuff a whole lot more.
I would imagine later this year. Well, you have to travel, you have to shoot it.
He's going to Egypt.
You got to edit it.
He made up with Egypt. Now he can go back to Egypt.
Yeah.
Oh, baby.
I guarantee you the show had something to do with that. It's like,
absolutely.
Graham, we need you to go to Egypt. So
you look at his smile, not Graham's. All right. But you look at Zahiawas's smile.
The CEO of Netflix called him and said,
money.
Said, I will give you a special. I'll give you 2 specials if you let Graham come back in Egypt.
Yeah.
He was like, "Oh, Graham, yes, good."
Ted Sarandos.
That's a win-win for Netflix.
That's fine. Yeah, I could ignore Zahi's special and watch Graham's.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
But no, I think Ancient Apocalypse, a show like that, needs to be. There's enough material to 10 seasons minimum. 10 episodes each. Maybe it's not go as crazy as Ancient Aliens, but you'd be treading a lot of the same ground as Ancient Aliens, but you'd have a ancient civilization perspective. And Graham and all these people have to thank Ancient Aliens for this. Like the fact that people are now down the ancient civilizations rabbit hole has a lot to do with Ancient Aliens and Joe Rogan and stuff. But it's like they present like, hey, this is weird. And you just don't agree with their summation, which is fine. But the Nazca lines, those are fucking weird. Like, what the fuck? You're in the driest desert in the world. In the fucking world. Like, drier than the Sahara. And, like, you're just spending hours out there carving big things you'll never see.
Yeah, you can't even see yourself. You can't appreciate.
It's for the gods. Okay,
that's
what gods?
wild. That's wild.
Why is my room so dark? It's for the aesthetic for the show. Do you not like it? I like it.
I dig it.
Yeah.
Spooky.
It's not though. I mean, it's not that dark in here, but I mean, it's because my window and this is covered up. Garrett and his brother covered it up.
Yeah.
So I have no window in this room. Yeah. It is a bitch studio. It is soundproof.
Right here. There's a window right there.
There's supposed to be a window right there, and it's not there. You guys ready to do super chats?
Let's do it.
Soups. Got some House of the Dragon to do tonight.
I still haven't seen any. I'm excited.
Oh, bro, it's good. It's good.
It's so good.
They've changed the order of what they've done in the books, and in my opinion, they went soft on something, but it's still like head and shoulders above fucking everything out right now. Like, still a really good show. Yeah.
Hell yeah. That's good to hear.
Zorbu has gifted 10 Nerdrotic Live memberships for $50. Thank you very much. And 25 more on the Streamlabs sides. You ask how old your race is. Having studied your people extensively, We assess your race is approximately 37 to 38 years old. Huh? What? Being told I'm confused your word racist for race. Oh, okay. So your race is always older. Your race is way older than Ryan Cannell. My bad, Earthlings.
Easy.
Ryan's not 38.
38. Maybe inside he's like a 88-year-old, just
He's like
grumpy
30,
old man.
How old is he? 32.
Like 32.
Yeah, he's
2 or
yeah.
3, 3.
That's what I want to
I mean,
guess.
he's the oldest fucking 32-year-old on the planet, but
Really,
yeah, he's
True.
32. Yeah.
Grumpy about
true.
Fucking
everything.
curmudgeon, man.
Unless something bad happens.
He's like Gran Torino from birth, you know. Aruka Fire for $20 says, did you guys watch the Patrick Bet David interview with Stephen Greer? Not yet. I will. Stephen Greer, not my cup of microwave tea. Okay. Used to be, but not particularly my cup of tea. But like Patrick Bet David getting going a little Joe Rogan, getting yeah, I think it's good that he got him on though. Absolutely. Do you know who he is? I do. Stephen Greer's been around a long time and done some great work in the past, including getting a press conference around 2001, had a banger of a press conference in front of it was like pre-disclosure. It was the first time like the national news came out and listened to government officials and expert witnesses with great credentials talk about UFOs, which if you watch that press conference, you'll walk away going, this shit's real and it needs to be investigated. The most convincing guy of them all was the air traffic control guy official from, I believe, Seattle that basically walked away with all the info of the giant football size stadium size UFO that basically tagged along a Japanese airliner. And they have audio of it. They have radar data. And CIA came in and told him in a group, like, none of this ever happened. You're never to talk about it. But they never got his information, the tapes or the radar information. So he just took it all. And it's a good one. So 2001 UFO press conference. That's all you need to search. And you'll recognize a lot of people there. But Stephen Greer, to his credit, organized that. Do you know who he is? Yes, I do. Basically talks about the shadow government covering up aliens and UFOs. We call them UFOs around here. Yes. He is big on, he thinks the Tic Tacs are ours, basically. And he thinks, Project Bluebeam, right? He thinks that the government's going to fake a UFO invasion to help the military industrial complex. At this point, I wouldn't put it past them at all. Wouldn't put it past them at all. They've been starting wars to keep the machine going. So why, if you're down to your last card, why not play it, right? Josh Kelsey has dropped $20. Dropped $20 and walks away. That's what he does. I mean, the thing is, Eisenhower warned us of the
military industrial complex.
Military industrial complex.
And it's that warning has never been more relevant than today. Like we had a great example. We had a president, like him or not, that didn't go along with the machine, and it exposed a lot of fucking shit. And then right afterwards, you think the machine would go, fuck, we just got exposed on a lot of stuff. Maybe we should just ease back into it. Nope, they fucking turned that switch right back on. So I think that woke a lot of people up to shit that I believed for fucking decades, by the way. No, not even believe. I know. Like, we're not even at the believe factor now. It's just there. Imagine, and if you think about it in terms of loss of life, it'll really get you pissed, man. It'll really get you pissed. And then you go to the meme and it's like, are we the baddies?
Yeah.
Yeah. Neil Horn for $19.99. Hail all. In my learned opinion, the biggest weakness of scientific inquiry is the concept of peer review. Unfortunately, peer review often allows for human jealousy and egotism to interfere with the scientific inquiry. Exactly.
It should be double-blind peer review.
Ooh, yeah.
Just like they do medicine.
But you know what their answer will probably be? This is the way we've always done things. This is just the way it is, Garrett. It's just the way it is.
It's the paradigm. We can't mess with the paradigm.
Can't mess the paradigm. You know, we have peer-reviewed people who have really important pieces of paper that make them authoritative sources, even though they'll bullshit their way through half of it to keep that. Like, I don't know, Flint Dibble Kibblesmith. Fuckface.
Flint Kibblesmith.
Who went out there and misrepresented information and has been coping ever since.
Gotcha.
And I've been enjoying it.
Oh, fucking Graham is not like, man. It's like a duck to water on that one. He's like, I got him. Like a dog with a bone.
Got
him. Oh, yeah.
Steve-O has dropped $19.99 and said nothing. Thank you, Steve-O. I appreciate it. Jonathan Harris for $100. Hey, guys. I've been following you for over a year. Thank you. Thank you. And I watch every episode. Double thank you. Thanks for all the great videos. You're welcome. I have a video topic. Have you guys heard of artifacts found in coal mines deep down where they should not be? I think it would be an interesting topic. Maybe we could just focus on out of place artifacts in coal mines, Garrett. That I would go down that rabbit hole all fucking day long. I love that stuff.
Yeah.
Write that down.
Cool. I like it.
And that's another thing there. If they, you know, that's just what we know. Imagine all the shit that they just toss.
Yep. Like, oh, this would halt production. This, no one saw this. Yep.
Ramba Raul for $20 says recently saw a clear glass orb size of my a clear glass orb size of my head flying slowly up a road medium. It moved to avoid tree branches. Closest thing I can find online is the light orbs, but this wasn't a light. Ever heard of anything like that? Well, they had an orb like that on Skinwalker, but it was a lot. It wasn't clear. I have heard of clear UFOs. There's usually something inside it, but I've heard that.
I've heard that. Yeah, it's got like a black box on the inside of one. I've heard that before.
Hang on a second. Talk amongst yourselves.
If I could find that.
I was gonna go to my bookmarks.
UFO clear. But yeah,
I want to see something. I've never seen anything. I look
through
the skies often.
I've only seen satellites.
I've seen satellites and I know they're satellites, but man, I want to see something cool.
I saw something fall from the sky
Tell us
on
about
the drive
that.
up in North Carolina. We were just driving before a rainstorm, so we were seeing like lightning. All of a sudden we see this green light just down, and then we were driving past this field with a bunch of blinking lights, and I'm like, oh my god, what if there's something there? I kind of want to go, but I also don't know where to go to get there. So
just go and just start calling out for Zorbu, you know?
I should have.
Zorbu. Where are you?
And it wasn't just me that saw it. Wicked Virtue saw it as well, so it was wild.
Where was this?
North Carolina.
North Carolina. And then it rained like crazy as well, so I could barely see afterwards.
Huge orb UFO. Let's see.
That doesn't look like a. Well, I'll wait till you bring it up.
Oh wait, that's bookmark. You don't want to use that link. Sorry. Hang on.
The glass orb.
Your entire bookmarks.
Yeah, you don't want to use that link.
Oh,
I mean, you can. You can see all my bookmarks of Game of Thrones shit.
World War One battle lines. That's a good one too.
Chat. I wasn't drunk either. Okay.
Although that was a good. I see where your head's at because it is X-Ray Girl. Every time I've seen you, you've been drunk. I'm just saying.
In person, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, that one doesn't look real.
Video is becoming a sensation. UFO is seen in mid-air over South America. This looks a lot like the objects that were captured on 16th by Camilo A. Herrera, who posted these photos and said that the UFO was seen in midair over South America on that day at 5 p.m. over Calamadarian. It remained static for about 40 minutes.
That looks
and
like a
then
balloon.
descended into a forest,
Did it move?
relatively large in size.
Didn't look like it
Captured with a
moved at
4
all.
Humbled per minute lens.
Yeah, pretty much a
It was
straight.
too large to be
line.
any of the 3 usual suspects. The only one that fits is a large balloon.
Yeah.
But what's odd is that it remained static for a long time and descended instead of rising further.
That's
I'd
what a
say
balloon
it
would do.
behaves like those 3, but not exactly.
If there's no wind, could stay fairly static.
Sure.
I
none
think
of
Florida
humanity's
just made it illegal to release balloons. I think that's a great call because you're basically just throwing
It's
plastic. on the ground.
garbage. Yeah, it's garbage.
Yeah, it's lame.
You know who'd be a good person to talk to probably about this? Micah Hanks. He has
Mika Hanks, yeah.
Mika, sorry, Debrief Media, and he has a website with a bunch of UFOs that he debunks or is like maybe it could be a UFO. So that would be fun to chat about.
Throw up the other couple other ones while I'm reading super chats. Give us some visual stimulation. So okay,
Can balloons move horizontally like that? Yeah, once
see
once
if you
they
can see
reach a
this
certain
one.
height.
Oh, they slow it down for you. There it is. Boom. You see it?
I mean,
Now this one, I slowed it down. I was kind of ticking through it. It is on this side of the horizon line. If you see it, it's right there. So it's not like off in the horizon distance. It's
Is it a really fast
close to
moving
us.
bug that's close to the lens? Possibly.
possibly or I don't know,
Possibly.
somebody throwing a ball or something? I don't know. It's really high though.
Whoa.
That's a pretty good throw.
That is a damn good
I'm
throw.
gonna say that guy's got a fucking arm, man. Sign him up.
yeah, I don't know. That one looks. It looks like something flipping through the air.
Kinda does.
Well, it is. That's what satellites do. But like that,
It definitely is on this side of the horizon line. Like it's closer to us than the horizon.
Yep. All right.
See.
The next one. I'm gonna read.
You're right there.
As is wonky eyebrow. Who's Az?
Yeah, who's that guy? I don't know.
Who's
It's
Az?
dead to me.
Like Arizona?
Yeah.
Oh,
For 2 British pounds. Gary is early. R.I.P. Az. At least we get Brit representation on FNT. Agreed. Finally. Space Eel for $20. Loving this show. Love you guys. We're glad you love it. Glad you.
It's fun.
It's work in progress. And we are glad you enjoy it.
Subscribe.
Eric K for
Probably
$5. Gary, I just saw a volcano with Tommy Lee Jones. It is 2 in La Brea. I believe everything I saw. Oh God, yeah. I forgot about that fucking movie. The volcano in LA. That's right. Channel Surf for $9.99. Would like to see you have a seance to contact Az in the great beyond. So tragic. Yeah, maybe. Not a bad idea. G-Man for $5.
Just get some man boobs out.
You can get mad cow disease through sexual contact, Quarter Black. The Jackals of Terra.
How do you know that? How do you know that?
For $10.
I don't know.
Yeah.
You were
Lots of
talking about
research.
erotic cows, so
Yeah.
you know.
They found evidence of towns going back 55,000 years in places like Japan and Egypt, and 600,000-year-old human footprints in Greece. Yes, and
Yeah.
older,
Way older.
Yeah, there's some pretty old ones here in Texas. But sure, the expert dogma is totally unimpeachable. That's the thing. Is like study it. That's all we ask is study it.
Soups.
Oh,
and
we don't
UFOs
have any
right now.
money. You want to know why you don't have any money? Because you've been sticking to your fucking dogmatic narrative and it's not interesting and you haven't made it interesting. That's the other part is you haven't made it interesting for the public to get the funding for this. And you've also relied way too much on public funding for your bullshit, for you to pretty much stay in your universities and not really help humanity. Right. So other people have taken the initiative and they have found a way to fund these things. And, that's how it started. It started with basically amateurs, and it's the amateurs who are going to help push this forward. And
it looks like
and the
Alaska.
archaeologists who are open-minded. That's Chile.
Where is? Oh, it's Chile. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's weird. If that's real.
Like ball lightning, kind of. But don't you need a storm for that?
It looks huge, though.
Yeah,
It
a lot
looks
of them are.
huge.
Like the Japanese. If you see, I think the Japanese pilot did a drawing of. It's fucking huge and it looks ridiculous. It's a big fucking ball with like lights around it.
Yeah,
Red Dragon 10 for $9.99. Hey, Gary Extra Girl, Adam, and half black Garrett. Love the show. Don't often get to watch live. I'm an archaeologist, and for what it's worth, I think we know so little about what really happened. And you're a good one. Thank you for being out there.
That's why I try to say, like, I respect you guys. I do respect you guys that get out there in the field or digging stuff up, and that you have an open mind to the possibilities. Like you may have your set in theories, but you're also open for those theories to change. Love that.
If you worked with people like Graham, right, who gets on Joe Rogan, that will get you your funding. Like that kind of exposure will get you your funding. Write a book, get out there, talk about it, make some content, get out in the field. People love the out in the field stuff. Brian Forrester still just walks around with a fucking GoPro and a drone. Yeah.
Yep.
And I love that shit. There's a drone channel out there that just shows drone shit all the time. I love it. It's fucking great. But like, do it for archaeology, and show us the stuff. Like, yeah, we've seen the Giza Plateau a million times. Like, show us what megalithomania is doing. Get out in India, go out in the fucking wilderness, and show us like just stuff that's been untouched and not put back together for the most part. Quantum Sledgehammer for 1059 says, of course, human civilization began 15,000 years ago. Gary and I should know, we were there. True. I was like 30 back then. Alan Tenace for $10 says, hello, everyone. Sup, Adam? I bought my cousin a cool sea salt lamp, but now when I crack a joke, he doesn't laugh. I hope she is not salty. It's a joke. It's a joke. Oh boy, I'm not gonna get. I shouldn't give you that.
Alan. Oh my goodness.
Clyde Dashing for $10. Sacred Text website will give you a huge trove of scanned, translated, ancient, and oldish texts of various sources, like the List of Kings. Oh,
what is it called again? What is it?
Sacred Text website. So it's sacred-text website. The Jackals of Terra Argentum for $10. Old Cold War era memo seemed to imply Venus was ravaged and its core vaporized by a series of tremendous and directed bursts of energy. Memo leaked. A bunch of DARPA people walked off bridges. Cue silence. Ooh. Well, like if a star close enough to us, if we are in the trajectory, say goes supernova, just blows up, and the gamma radiation comes at us, we're goners, and we will not have a lot of time to know about it because it will be traveling at the speed of light.
Days, if that.
So one could have already happened, and we wouldn't know until it hits us. Fat Man in St. Louis for $10 says, all of these strange things are just bugs in the simulation. You just gotta wait for the next patch to fix them. Yeah, that's a show we need to do, simulation theory.
Oh, very cool.
I took on adventure of reading through the King James version of the Bible within a year. I started September of last year, and I am currently on Mark Happy Day. Lot of references to aliens. Says Joe on Naxos for $10. Crypto Kev for $10. Weekly reminder about getting Dr. Heather Lynn on, Sumerian specialist, been on Coast to Coast and friends with Cremo, Whitley Strieber, and more. Just went indie after saying F you to academia. Hail chat. Let's get her on. I love the fact that she said F you to academia. You had me at F you to academia. We got to get Hugh on.
Yes.
Gotta get back on.
His X-ray girl stops her vacation of 6 months. Logan Miller for $4.99. I fucking love this show. Hail all and have a good, safe 4th. We will. Thank you. I'll be home watching fireworks at home.
Camping.
Are you camping?
Yeah, we're gonna go camping.
Nice.
Blow some fireworks up.
There you go. Up North 57 for $4.99. Hail gang for super chat. Oh, there you go. Going to conference in October to see Cremo speak along with others. Then a couple of weeks later, I'll see you in Peru. Hail! Where's he speaking?
Oh,
Hey, yeah.
Cool. 2 seats left. Two seats left.
See you in Peru. We'll be there.
Nope. Hell yeah.
That's gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a 15-hour flight.
Yeah, I've never been to South America. So
3 planes.
on the way back. It's 2 on the way there, 3 on the way back. So
Yeah.
dude, it's the drives that's gonna get you, man. That's gonna get you, the drives. Eve Barlow's Rotten Crotch. Who's Eve Barlow?
Isn't that the reporter that worked for that bed shitter who dated Johnny or was married to
Oh,
Johnny
Amber
Depp?
Heard?
Yeah,
Is that Amber?
wasn't
Oh,
she-
okay. She
Amber
was the
Heard's
sim-
like contact or
Okay,
something
okay,
in
okay.
the reporter. It was like the reporter that was like
Gotcha.
I
I
think
know I knew it. I know. I think that's it. I know I've heard that
Well,
Does
name.
does that sound right?
Yeah,
I think
it does.
that's who it is.
It does.
Reporter.
Yeah.
Where do you guys think the contents of the Library of Alexandria really went?
Vatican, man.
Vatican.
I think up in smoke, but I think there's
Half and half, you know.
the Vatican has a bunch of it. Private collectors have some stuff. I think our government, but the Vatican for sure.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Carl Sagan theorized that there's a book of the complete history of man that was in there.
I'd love
Going,
to read
going
that.
back 100,000 years.
Millions, maybe. I mean,
Millions and billions and millions and billions.
a million, billion, trillion. Sorry, I was quoting Biden.
Thunderstorm. Yeah.
Mike off. Okay, my handicap got down to 6. Okay.
Yep.
that was so funny. Anyway, sorry.
Let's
Well,
not be children.
He's parked in 6 handicap parking spaces in the last month.
Yeah.
Thunderstorm for $4.99. Check out Robert Sapir. No single birthplace of mankind. So it's Robert Sapir, and it's SEPEHR. Okay. Simon Ho for 2 Canadian pesos. How old is the human race according to the woke? 24 years. SFX F31 for saber-tooth raptor for $2 says humanity is like way older than we think. Yes.
Yeah,
Southeastern Kaiju for $5. We're closer to T-Rex on the timeline than T-Rex was to the Stegosaurus. Dinos existed for a long damn time. Long damn time.
Cool.
Yes. And then there was a whole, there was monster shrimp back in the Cambrian.
Man, could you imagine?
Like a mantis shrimp
with some Cajun seasoning on that, man. Oh.
Yeah. Except it's big as a cow.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Be
I
great.
think that's what he's envisioning.
That's what I'm thinking.
Erotic cow shrimp.
Erotic cow.
I mean,
Saber-tooth raptor again for $5. After the fall of Rome, tech and architecture and a host of other learned things were lost. This is true. If a flood happened a long time ago, we lost a lot more. Agreed. Yep. Andrew Matthews for 5 British pounds for the micronova effects. Look at videos of induction forge and how effective they are. Oh, okay.
Yep, it's true.
Nick Brony for $4.99. That's wild, yeah. Eric K for $5 with the link. Follow Nerdrotic's Twitter. Reply to everything from him. That's wild. Oh, fuck off.
Hey, you can repost this show
yourself.
and say that's wild all you want.
That's wild. Forbidden Frontiers wild, says B-Chain315. You son. DV Wild for $5. Abandoned. That's wild, huh? Look at my name. I am wild. I'm hurt now. I told you the context.
That's wild.
That's wild. It's people posting stuff about Trump that they want to agree with, but they don't want to publicly agree with. And I'm just using Trump as an example of somebody controversial who shouldn't be. And they go, that's wild. You hear what Trump said? That's wild. That's wild. Fuck off with that. It's wild. Sick of it.
I know some people guilty of this, but they're
I know a lot of people guilty of it. Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers does that shit all the time.
Yeah, but he's not afraid to give his opinion.
No, he's not.
Jeremy.
That's why I don't give him shit. But
that's mild. I like that one.
That's
mild.
That's pretty much what it is. That's what it's really means. Your opinion is mild.
Turn that W upside down.
Yeah. Rook takes Rook for $5. The cow's eyes ruptured because it's watched Amanda Stenberg's diss track. True story, bro. Actually, honestly, you just found the reason. Yeah. Nick Brony for $4.99. The erotic cow's safe word was "that's wild."
But it couldn't say it because it doesn't speak English.
30 jersey for $2. Check out the eyes of Hiroshima victims. Ooh.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. Cowboy 1 for $4.99. Have you guys ever watched Blind Frog Ranch? If so, what do you think? No, I haven't. What's that? Toilet Bug for $5. I am here to say hail. Oh, and Vegas, Garrett. I am here for the gasoline. Say it, Gary. R2D2 ain't no snitch. Hail House of the Dragon tonight, baby. Thanks for Sunday fun, ladies. You're welcome, ladies.
My shirt is hanging up in my closet because I know exactly where it is.
Yep. It wasn't lost. You just haven't found it yet. So Garrett's walking around his house going, I still haven't found what I'm looking for.
It's the gasoline.
Stuart Barham for $4.99. Hail all watching from the UK. I'm loving this stream, but should go to bed. It's 1:30 a.m. I'll watch 10 more minutes. We're almost out of here, man. We're good. We're
Just
good.
Keep watching.
Fully Problematic for $5. We'll have to watch on Rumble if y'all will be talking about Tower 7 type stuff. Yes, absolutely. 100%. I'll tell you right now, I was not like some 9/11 conspiracy theorist at all. I was like, that's all fucking bullshit. And then I started and that was just my emotions talking.
The Pentagon, dude?
That was my emotions talking, right? And then I looked into it a little bit and I went, oh.
Pretty wild.
It's wild.
That's wild. That's all we could say over here.
Yes.
So wild.
It's wild.
But you know what actually is wild?
What?
There is one spot left.
One
on the trip. One.
Wild.
One wild man or woman out there. Come with me.
You can check the link below. Spend 8 days with us.
You're gonna.
Where are you right now, X-Ray Girl? What city are you in?
Buffalo.
Ugh.
Why do you hate Buffalo?
Why they?
I just think of the wings, like sauce.
Buffalo. It's just like who. I just offended a bunch of people from Buffalo. You got a good football team.
Who lives in Buffalo?
Dude, upstate New York people are awesome.
They are.
Right? They're based as shit, and
they're based.
New York City ruins it for the rest of the state. Shout out to my upstate New York friends because I got a bunch of them. They're awesome.
Shout out. Well, I don't care if you could hear it. I just don't want you to see it. I don't give a shit about anything. See, I can do this. I could just hit my button.
I can do that too. I can talk. It looked like you're frozen.
I know.
Zorbu.
He's Zorbuing himself.
All right. I got to get ready.
I was like, I'm tired, dog.
No, let's go for 10 more minutes. Come on.
All right, 20 more minutes. Let's go.
20 more minutes.
Savings time. Dude, whatever. We're prepping you, bro, for not sleeping for the next 2 years.
I'm tired, but I won't go to sleep.
I'm tired. Yeah.
I wasn't saying anything. I wasn't complaining. I was ready to go. You're using me as some sort of scapegoat. I'm fine. I'll go for 10 more minutes.
I will use you as a scapegoat. Okay. I'm fine with that. And I'll admit it, unlike other bosses you've had, but,
oh my God.
There you go.
I got
I'm not your boss. I just work with you. I'm a co-host, by the way. I'm not your fucking boss.
Well,
but-
that's how I treated him, and he hated it. Anyway,
that's the thing. It's partnerships.
appreciate it.
Well, the thing, yeah, no problem. By the way, you're not officially an employee unless you're an employee, not like contract worker. You know what I mean? So
Right.
there's a definite difference. And if it's a contract worker, then it's more of a partnership kind of a thing, you know. Hey, that's a little thing. It's a little thing.
No, she's trying to steal my hairbrush.
Oh, good. I hope she did.
I don't need it anymore. I have short hair.
Well, no, you never use it anyway. So why don't you just let her have it?
Get out of
Bring
here,
the man bun.
Come back, kid.
Get back over.
We're not talking about Landau. We love Landau.
What's wrong with Landau?
Landau's a good dude.
I never worked with Landau.
No, but Garrett has.
I am.
He does
on a show.
He is.
Yeah.
Called
It's called
Normal
Normal
World.
World.
Normal
It's
World.
fantastic.
He's not my boss. The hell's wrong with you?
No, they work. That's a partnership.
We shake hands constantly. You just can't see it. It's under the camera. We're always holding hands
They're playing
Always.
footsie all the time.
They are.
all the time.
I was
All
there.
the time.
I was
It's
there.
Quite uncomfortable.
It's really uncomfortable. That's why
And those aren't the shoes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No socks either. No socks. Full toe interaction.
What?
Full on.
Adam, what do you got coming up?
Well, I got Base F Monday. I got my daily show. I am heading up to Stockholm next week. I'm very excited. I will be off next week. I think I'm gonna bring my setup. I have a mobile setup.
Are you gonna have a
It's gonna
syndrome?
work. Maybe. Who knows?
What's
But
that?
I'm gonna visit this ship. There's
What's
this.
Stockholm syndrome, X-ray girl?
Oh my gosh! Wow.
There was
shit.
a hostage situation.
That 2 times the bimbo came out this episode.
The
It's
hostages
wonderful.
became friends with the hostage taker.
Wow, it's
I don't know what that's like. Okay, whatever.
there's actually a show. There's a show about the guy that came from. Fuck, what's the name of that show? I don't remember the name of it, but anyway, yeah, I'm
The
going up to
Boys?
Stockholm. I'm excited. Yeah, and I know there's this ship in Stockholm I've been wanting to see. It's like the Vasa. Is that it? Someone said it in chat. Yeah, the Vasa. It's like 400 years old. It sank like right first day. It went out and like sank immediately, and everyone's like, "Nah, fine." And then it was perfectly preserved because of how cold the water was, and they like brought it up, and they just have like this perfectly intact 1600
Oh, take
ship.
lots of pictures. Dude.
Oh, dude, I'm so excited. So yeah, I'm gonna
That sounds
be.
awesome.
I'm heading up there, and we're getting the RV out. We haven't taken it out in a couple years, so we're driving up, and it's gonna be our last little adventure before there's gonna be 3 of us. So
Yeah.
There you
yeah,
go.
it'll be fun. Yeah, it's gonna
Enjoy
be fun.
that. Because be the last one
Excited.
for 2 decades.
I know. Yes, that's what I told her today. I was like, "How does it feel? Like, this is basically the last month for the next 20 years." And her eyes lit up like,
Dude,
"Oh, wow."
you joke about that, but what did we tell you when we saw you in London? This is the first time we've traveled since our kids. Like that was it. London was
I
our first
remember.
real travel
Yeah,
because our kids got old enough.
yeah.
That was damn near 20 years.
I
No, it
remember
was
that.
exactly 20 years.
Wow, really?
Yeah,
Oh,
it was
shit.
exactly 20 years.
You never get to travel together. You get to go.
Yeah, you get to
separately
go
places.
separately at places but
Yeah,
but
yeah.
What do you got coming
Anyway.
up, Garrett?
I'm excited.
Thanks, Adam.
Tomorrow, Based AF Mondays on Adam's channel, and then after that, my Resident Evil 2 streams. We're gonna finish it in 4 streams. I swear, it's gonna happen. It's not gonna
Wow.
be an extended
Nice.
playthrough. We're gonna do it. It's gonna be good. And then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Normal World. As always, we taped some episodes this week, and we have a little special coming out on 4th of July. Check it out.
Right.
That's gonna be fun.
Check it out. X-Ray Girl, you ever going home?
Yes, I'm going home tomorrow. I'm so excited. So I'll probably be offline tomorrow as I'm traveling back home. Also, it's going to be Canada Day. Obviously, it's a big holiday for us Canadians. And
Well, y'all like commit suicide together?
yeah,
God.
made all the
You all get in
way.
the chamber together.
But I guess the next stream would be Real BBC. Tonight I'm going to do one last stream here with Wicked Virtue. I'm going to show you my comic haul. I got a bunch of comics. I'm hoping that Gary gives the approval. Oh.
I approve of
that.
Whatever that was.
Amanda's laughing at me now. There's a
as she should.
super chats you want me
We
to
all are.
read
Yes,
for
please,
you?
if you
Okay.
can. Yeah.
Matthew Hammond for $4.99. Can we get Corinne Namek on to discuss the Masons? He joined a lodge in 2000s. I will definitely write that
Yeah.
down. Buster Nutsmash for 10 says, check out the Horyuji Nara Temple in Japan. They have an ancient lizard man statue that they pulled from public view about 10 years ago. Oh, that sounds cool.
Yeah, Japan's got a lot of cool stuff. A lot.
We definitely have to go visit there one day.
Yes. Yes.
Daneska for €5 says, is it me or X-ray or is X-ray girl particularly beautiful tonight? Definitely you. Check your eyes.
Yeah, you
Eric
got that
K
thing the cowhead, man.
Yeah. Eric K for 2 says Helsinki is Finland.
Who
Okay.
said Helsinki?
Who said
the
Helsinki?
There's the Helsinki incident, but like that's dodgeball. We haven't seen that in,
Yeah.
since dodgeball.
Yeah.
Matthew Hammond for $4.99 says we need an episode of why the Titanic sank. Was it an insurance fraud? Was it to cover up a murder? Was it to get the U.S. into World War I or Federal Reserve?
Ding 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 ding. Yep.
Oh, I don't know about this.
I didn't know
The
about
Federal
this.
Reserve. Oh, that's that. Yep.
Oh,
yeah.
investigations.
We'll have to check that out. So we're caught up on that end. So thank you.
Yep. It's to create the Fed because the people who were against it were on that ship. No one talks about that. Just saying.
Dude, you know what? I think I remember vaguely of hearing about this. We should
Oh, yeah.
definitely do an episode on that.
You know where I've heard that? Alex Jones.
Yeah.
We should do an
Yes.
episode.
Oh, yes.
And it was just during a rant. It was just during a rant.
It's one of those
So,
things she just throws out there, and you're like,
You're
what?
like,
Huh?
what?
You look up and you're like, oh, well, yeah, they were
You're
all
like,
there on the ship.
Holy shit.
Yep.
But yeah, when we go to the Green app, we'll do a show on that date in September for sure.
Oh yeah. I heard-
For
yeah.
sure.
Yeah, that's the thing. I got a lot to say.
Well,
about
we'll
that.
also talk about the wildest conspiracy theory that just happened a couple years ago.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
Recent
Oh, we're gonna
history.
talk about it all. I got lots to say.
So next thing I'm going to talk about is House of the Dragon, which starts in about 19 minutes. We'll be on right afterwards on the main channel with Mahler, Ryan Kinnell, and Fringy, who I just spoke with on EFAP. It's only supposed to go for a couple hours. Stayed for the whole thing.
Good show.
yesterday. Yeah, thanks. It was good. It was fun. So join us for that. We'll be back next week. Adam will be gone, but he will be checking out a fucking awesome ship. That's a really good excuse. I'm jealous,
Yeah.
man. That's fucking
Yeah.
awesome.
Thank you.
That's
I'm
awesome.
excited.
We'll be back next week. One more spot in Peru. We're going to Peru. It's our first official
Subscribe.
Forbidden Frontier.
Subscribe.
Yeah, there's going to be we're going to be going on other tours. I mean, we're not going to be running our own, but we'll be going on other people's tours in the future. So check that out. That's going to happen
Egypt,
a lot more.
Malta,
Egypt, Malta.
Japan.
Oh yeah.
Japan might be
Sweden.
ours. Japan
might
might be
be,
just
yeah.
us. Yeah, but
I don't know.
Sweden. Well, we're going to the UK next year. We're going back to the UK.
You guys
So-
got to come over, and I got to show you some Viking forts from
Yeah.
2,000 years ago.
Okay.
It's not a
Because they're
bad
here.
flight. It's not a bad flight getting
It's
over
not a
them.
bad flight. The internet's good there, so I can make videos there, so I can stay for a month if I need to.
There you go. All right.
But I'm not going to visit Az.
Oh, yeah, but what he's dead now, so
He's dead, so I can't.
Yeah,
I'll visit his
yeah.
grave.
And
Yeah.
he just got
go
fiber
crazy.
internet too.
too bad. It's too bad.
Yeah.
You know.
Such a shame.
Too bad.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Well, they makes good points though.
We'll
love
remember
that.
it.
What? No, it's on a
No.
Disparu now. He's the new girl. He's the new hotness. He's
I forget that guy. It's
the
Disparu
new
now.
hotness.
Yeah.
See you on Real BBC. So thanks everyone. Have a good night.
Bye.
Nerdrotic.com.
Welcome, travelers, to the fringes of reality, where the strange and mysterious meet, and the thin veil between fact and fiction is torn. Welcome to the Forbidden Frontier.